Welcome to the Foundry by Forge College. Imagine a live smart contract as a massive running machine on a factory floor. When it suddenly breaks, you can't just walk up and hit it with a wrench to see what happens. In our last lesson on data storage enhancement strategies, we organized the digital filing cabinets inside that factory. Today, we need to address a much scarier scenario. What do you do when the logic moving those files abruptly crashes in the real world? Instead of making guesses on the live system, we have to create a specialized simulation where we can replay the exact moment of the failure, as many times as we might need. Safe debugging relies on isolating the problem in this simulated environment. Trying to test a fix on a live contract is the fastest way to cause a total shutdown. The very first step to fixing a live issue is recreating the exact environment where the crash happened. We do this by creating a forked node. Think of this as a perfect, isolated clone of the blockchain, frozen precisely at the point in history where the error occurred. This clone gives you a consequence-free sandbox. The data perfectly matches the real world, but being a simulation, you aren't risking actual assets. Inside this sandbox, we run a reproduction script. This small program re-enters the exact same user commands that caused the original crash. Getting the clone to fail in the same way as the real contract is the only way to prove you are targeting the actual bug, rather than just treating a symptom. Now that we can watch our clone break on command, we have to look closely at the internal flow of data. To do that, we look at a transaction trace. You can think of a trace as frame-by-frame security footage of your contract-making decisions. This diagram tracks our execution timeline. We scrub through this footage step by step, looking for the specific instruction, the exact line of code where the system stopped working. For example, your trace might reveal that the contract tried to subtract funds from a user balance that was already zero. In the code, this creates a mathematical error called an underflow, which is like trying to take 10 apples from a basket that's already empty. Once you spot the exact point of failure, you write it down as a clear root cause statement. This one-sentence summary acts as the blueprint for our repair. It tells us exactly what we need to change. Without pinpointing that exact moment of failure, any attempt to fix the code is just guesswork. With the problem identified, we move on to the actual repair. The rule here is to use digital tweezers, not a sledgehammer. You want to keep your patch incredibly minimal. You make a single, isolated change on a separate branch of your code. This prevents any new, unrelated issues from sneaking into the system. Next, as we emphasize in our technical programs at Forge College, you run checks that verify each tiny piece of logic still works on its own. These tests ensure the basic plumbing of the contract is still solid. Then comes the real test. You replay your reproduction script, those same commands that caused the crash earlier, against your newly patched clone, and you watch it finish successfully. A tiny code change combined with a successful simulation replay gives you proof that the issue is resolved without breaking anything else. In a professional environment, simply saying you fixed a bug isn't enough. You have to provide proof. This split screen shows what goes into our final proof package, which we call the transaction demo. This package includes 3 things: the record of the original failure, the specific code change you made, and the record of the new successful run. This ensures that any other developer can look at your work and see exactly why the fix is safe to use. Having this documented record is the bridge between fixing a bug in private and confidently moving it back to the real world. You now have a verified working fix for your contract running in the simulator. In our next lesson, we'll take this working code and optimize it so it costs less in transaction fees, what we call gas, before we prepare for a safe launch. If you're ready to dive deeper into web re-engineering, there are many more courses and a great community of learners waiting for you at Forge College. Visit forge.college to learn more about this subject and other Web3 related topics. See you in the next lesson.